Hello traders, this is Dave with the Compass Options live trading room. This is the Periscope video for the week of 10/15, 2022. We're just going to go over some of our trades, and I've got a couple of new things to show you as well tonight. So let's get right into it. Again, we'll go through our usual disclaimer. All the signals and trading opportunities provided both orally, written, or electronically are for educational and demonstration purposes only. Trading is very risky. You should never trade with more money than you can afford to lose. And neither myself or Right Line Trading are licensed financial advisors, so we won't be giving any financial advice. All right, so let's move along. These are the some of the trades recently from August through now. Didn't have an awful lot this week. We had some small wins this week. Market's been pretty tough. I'm sure you noticed we're in a bear market with some bear market rallies that turn around and go back down again. So some of the overnights have been tough, but we did have some good ones here. We had a 28% win on ENPH on 10.5. That was a call debit spread. That was nice. A nice 16% win in Neogen. Pfizer, a little 6% win. Splunk was a beautiful 31% win. We had that overnight. That worked beautifully. A little tiny 3% win on JD on Friday, and also a 4% win on Target. So some small wins, but they're wins, and that's good. So again, it's a tough market to be trading, but we're getting a pretty good track record. I'd like some of the wins to be bigger, but we have to give us what the market will. We have to take what the market will give us. So let's talk again about the high probability trade setups. We're looking for breakouts from the dynamic compression zones. We'll see that in a minute. We're looking for Heikin-Achi reversal candles. We're looking for a breakout in the same direction as the stock's current trend. So we're not counter trend trading, or if the stock is green for the day and moving up, we're going to be looking for breaks to the upside. And if it's red for the day and moving down, we look for breaks to the downside. And we'd also like to trade in the same direction as the current market is trading if the market has a trend. If it's a choppy market, then we rely on the individual stocks. We also want our compass system indicators to line up in the same direction as the trade we're taking for that stock. So we want the modified Laguerre for the current time frame to be green or blue for a long and red or yellow for a short. We also want the modified Laguerre for the multi-time frames also to match the same direction. And we'd like to see the Bollinger Bandwidth expanding. And generally speaking, when you're breaking out of a dynamic compression zone, the dynamic compression zone will create the Bollinger Bandwidth to expand. We also want to look for stocks that have relative strength or relative weakness to the market. We look at the SPY and see what the SPY is doing. And stocks that are outperforming to the SPY to the upside would have relative strength, and outperforming the SPY to the downside, they would have relative weakness. And if it's maybe a swing trade, even if not, we prefer to have the daily chart match up with the trade direction we're taking. So if we're going long a stock, we would like the daily chart to also be bullish. If we're going short a stock, we want the daily chart to also be bearish. And these pop out of the box signals we get add some conviction. And the key thing here is have patience. Waiting for compression breaks will reduce the risk substantially. And one other thing I'm adding now is I'm using the Dominator system, and I'll give you an example of that here tonight. Dominator system is looking at market internals. The Compass system is looking at institutional trades. The Dominator system is looking at market internals. So with those two combined, we have a tremendous edge over the rest of the traders. We're finding how that's only the strongest stocks in the strongest market. So I'll talk about that in just a little bit. I have a slide on that. So again, H-ray reversals using the Compass system. I've got a video on that, so you can all look at that. I don't want to take the whole night up going over that, but again, Heikin-Achi reversal candles give us a confirmation of a reversal because they show the trend so nicely, and they don't have any generally wicks or tails when the stock is bullish or bearish. All right, so here's this is Z right here. This is a one I show each week. Again, here's all the Laguerre indices we're looking at. We're looking at all red here, so this would only be a short. See, it's coming out of a compression here. Here's a pop out of the box signal to the downside. Here's where you would get in short and write it down and the momentum starts to fade here. So anytime in here you could get out, we get out right here, and it's still red, and it likely was going to go down some more, but I had a profit target set, so that worked pretty nicely. This, by the way, is the VWAP, and we only trade stocks short that are below the VWAP and trade stocks long that are above the VWAP. That's the volume weighted average price. This is Oxy. This is one we did a few weeks ago. This was a daily chart on Oxy, and notice that it's breaking out of a dynamic compression zone. This shaded area is a dynamic compression zone. It's bullish on the daily. You see you have green across the board on your momentums and your quants. So it's an excellent long, and we actually day traded it, and this is where we get in. Again, stock is compressing here. All of the signals went either blue or green. Good place for long right here, and up it goes. And this is where we went to. We got red candle and we get out. So this was a nice trade on Oxy. Tesla, I like to show this one because these are Fibonacci candles right here, and you notice that the stock is coming out of a dynamic compression zone. You see the shading right here, and what you get with Fibonacci candles is when you have a bullish candles, you have flat bottoms on the candlesticks. You don't have any tails on them. You have wicks but no tails. So as long as you continue with flat bottoms on the Fibonacci candles, you can stay in the trade. The green dots here are called acceleration dots. That's telling us that our Laguerre for the current time frame, which is right here, is pegged at 100. We're getting the maximum amount of institutional buying on that stock on our current time frame. The multi-time frame Laguerre is green, the quant's green, so everything is green. The trend dots here, which are the green trend dots, are above the 15 and moving up. So this is a perfect trade, and just absolutely perfect trade. Here's the SPY. This is a little different visual. This is a SPY with the Bollinger bandwidth on it. But again, you can see the breakdown right here, and these are Fibonacci candles. You notice we go from a couple of candles with wicks on them to a no wick candle. This is a flat top. This shows you got a Fibonacci reversal to the bearish side, and you notice as the stock comes down, you keep flat tops all the way down. And this is where you would get out. And this is the bandwidth expansion we were talking about. The Bollinger bandwidth is getting wider here. That's what this is telling you. And our Laguerre right here is yellow to red, so it's bearish all the way. So we would enter here, follow it down here, and once it starts to flatten like this, that's when you would get out of the trade. But that was a nice trade. And you notice when the Laguerre goes blue, we want to be out of the trade by then. And again, another SPY chart here. Again, pop out of the box signal right here to the downside. Here we go down, and it rides all the way down to the pivot point here and then moves sideways. So this is a nice short trade. You see everything is lined up red or yellow right here, right when it comes out of this compression. So another nice trade right there. You have to be very patient, and these are the trades we find. Meta was a very nice one. This one we took right here on this candlestick, this breakdown. This is a daily chart. It's breaking down out of dynamic compression. This is a dynamic compression zone right here. Stock breaks down, continues down, continues down, continues down. And we get out of it. I think we get out of it right here. We kept it overnight. That was a nice trade. Again, on this candle right here, when it breaks out of dynamic compression, you notice that everything went red or yellow. And so the compass system is telling us we have sell signals across the board on this thing. And this is when we took this week, Splunk. We took the Splunk coming out of this dynamic compression zone right here. Everything went yellow or red, and we took it overnight and made about a 35 or 40% gain on this stock. This was a really nice trade for us. Held it overnight, gap down. I think we held it over here and took it on this gap down right here. We actually took profits in the morning. So that was a beautiful trade as well. This is a SPY off of TC2000. This is the daily SPY, and you notice we're still in a downtrend. We're in a bearish market. We broke through a new low right here for the year, came back down again, oops, and went through another new low right here. And then we had a big move up on Thursday, this huge engulfing bar. Very interesting that this bar looked like the buyers were coming back in again, but then Friday it gapped up and then pulled right back to halfway down that candle. So hard to say where we're going from here. We've had a lot of rallies in this bear market. We've had rallies, 5 rallies that have moved up, creating a lower high, and then they pulled down and created another lower low. So each time we have a rally and then pull back, we're setting a new low for the year. So will that continue? We don't know, but we have to be aware of that possibility. So, okay, this slide right here, this is the dominator system that I just kind of wanted to show you what the dominator system looks like. And you don't really need to have this information on the bottom. The dominator system, if you don't know, measures market internals, and it can only be used with Ninja 8. And what it does is there's a company called Kinetic that feeds the market internal data to Ninja. They don't feed it to anybody else except big hedge funds. You can't get it on TD Ameritrade or Scottrade or Fidelity or any of the other ones. So you have to have a Ninja. You have to have an Ninja 8 platform to trade it on. Now, if you want to trade it, you can get Ninja 8 for free as long as you don't trade through Ninja 8. Like I have it on here. I don't trade this through Ninja. I trade through Tradier, but you can trade through any other platform. But this is where you would get your signals from. And this was a SPY on Friday on a 5-minute chart. Now, there's a couple of things with the dominator system. What it's measuring is what's called market internals. So it's looking at the number of stocks moving up on up volume and moving up on up ticks versus the number of stocks moving down on down ticks and down volumes. And it's looking at 5 indexes. It's looking at the Dow, it's looking at the Qs, it's looking at the SPY, the S&P 500, it's looking at the New York Stock Exchange, and it's looking at the Russell 2000. So it's looking at a lot of stocks. So it's looking at a massive number of stocks. When the disparity between the stocks moving up on up volume and up ticks versus the stocks moving down on down volume and down ticks, when there's a big disparity of basically a statistically large disparity. So you have a lot more stocks, for example, moving down than moving up on the down ticks and down volume versus up ticks and up volume. What you're going to do is you're going to get these arrows right here on the chart, and these arrows will tell you this is a short entry. As you can see, the background here is it's kind of a yellowish, but it's a yellowish pink. This means that the overall trend is bearish. Multi-time frame trend is bearish. When it goes to darker pink, it tells you that it's even more bearish. Back here, when you hit all this in the background here, this black, that means there's no trend. We don't trade anything when the market is like this. It's telling us not to get in. Once we get a color change and we get a stock that's breaking down, for example, through this 15 EMA, this is the 15 EMA right here, this red line. When you get a stock that breaks down on a signal like that, this would be your entry for it right here. I actually took this on Friday on SPY puts and just wrote it down for 3 candles, and then I get out. And then it kind of went sideways the rest of the day, popped up a little bit to the 15, pulled back down again, moved up and pulled down. So it was kind of choppy in here. But again, when you get this dark pink, if you get a lot of that for a period of time, you're going to have some nice trades. So what I do is I look at this dominator system to see what the market's doing. I look at the background to determine what the longer term trend is, and then I will look at to see where we're getting some signals to the downside and look for a break below support, like I do right here on this 15 EMA. Now, if I want to trade individual stocks, then I look at if I've got, for example, if this is the market setup, I'm only going to be trading short. So I'm going to be looking for compass setups on stocks, not the S&P, but compass setups on stocks. If I find some I like, then the stocks need to have a bearish setup on the compass system to conform with the dominator system. So if I want to play, for example, Tesla short, and Tesla looks good on the compass system to the short side, and the market's set up for a short, then I can take that Tesla short. If the compass system is telling you that you've got mixed signals on it, then you wouldn't touch that. You wouldn't touch it anyway, but you're certainly not going to touch it when you've got a dominated system telling you that we've got a down market. So I can use those in conjunction with each other, and I'll use the dominator system to trade a SPY puts, a SPY calls, Q puts, Q calls based on the indexes, and then I'll trade options on stocks based on the compass system aligning with the dominator system. So that's kind of just a brief overview of this system. It's really given me some really good trades this week. I've only been using it for a little over a week, and but it's a great system. It's a tremendous addition to the compass system to have the market internals. So what we have now is we have the market internals, which is telling you about the number of stocks going up on up volume and up ticks versus the number of stocks going down on down volume and down ticks. That's market internals. It has nothing to do with price movement. It has to do with market internals. Typically, the price movement is going to follow. For example, when you get a lot of these red down here, that's why we get this arrow right here. When that happens, even though you get a green bar and you see this red arrow right here, you might say, well, this looks kind of bullish because of the green bar, but you see it's telling you what's going to happen based on the market internals. So now we've got the market internals to tell us what the overall market trend is, not related to price, but just that there's a lot of selling or buying going on. And we only get these when there's a huge disparity between the stocks moving up and the stocks moving down. If it's not a large enough disparity, you're not going to get a signal. But once you get the signal, you know you've got a huge disparity. So we've got the market internals that we're looking at, and we've also got the institutional buying and selling on the compass system that we're looking at. So we've got those two elements to find the best high probability trades out there. And this is a huge enhancement because this is telling you two things that are lined up. And this dominator system is really good. I used it. I did 10 SPY calls on the SPY puts on it this week. I had some calls inputs, I think. But anyway, I took 10 positions and had 10 winners. It was just about perfect. It was perfect on these things. But again, you want to be able to use this in conjunction with the compass system, which is what I'm trying to do in the room. I'm trying to bring some value to the room. Anybody who wants the dominator system can get it, but you need a Ninja platform, which you can get for free. Right now, we'll download the Ninja program for you. They'll load up the dominator software, and then you need to pay Kinetic $69 a month for the data feed. None of that money goes to Brightline. That all goes to Kinetic to get those market internals data, which you can't get anywhere else. So for me, it's well worth it. Okay, so this is a quick credit spreads. We'll get the video out on that. I've got a video on doing debit spreads as a profitable day trades and Fibonacci candles. So I get videos and posts on all of this stuff. There's a compass system video library where you can see all the videos. These are the stocks that I'm looking at for tomorrow for long in stock. Not a lot of short, not a lot of longs. STNG, INSW, NTNX, and AVEO. These are the ones that I'm looking at long. These are the bearish setups that I like. ATVI, Lucid, Target, Match, NEO, Garmin, and Net. And I also have Tesla short over the weekend. So we have Schwab for a time spread. I have Tesla short, and we're still in the Etsy trade. We still have Etsy short as well. And again, on these trades for Monday, what you want to look for in the long entries is they need to break over Friday's high with a high probability trade setup on the compass system. For shorts, they need to break below Friday's low with a high probability trade setup, and you try to take trades that are trading with the market trend. Again, we'll look at the market trend. You can get a really good idea of the market trend on the dominator system because it'll give you the background color to confirm that. I'm going to drop these slides for a minute. I want to show you something. I've added a few more scans that I'm going to be releasing sometime this week. I get them to Sergio so that everybody can get them. But there's 4 of them out here. And I've got a break below dynamic compression on a 5-minute, a break below dynamic compression on a daily. So if you're looking for swing trades that are short, a break over dynamic compression on a 5-minute, and a break over dynamic compression on a daily. These will show you the stocks that are breaking above or below the dynamic compression zone. and like I'll be running that during the day. And if the market is bearish, I'll be running the dynamic compression to the downside, breaking below. And if it's bullish, I'll be looking for breaking over the dynamic compression zone. And they'll be running all day long, so we can have those going as well. So I've got those, and I'm going to also release a couple of other ones. I've got the One Wise Bear Scan and the One Wise Bull Scan. These are looking at stocks that it's not a 5-minute scan. It's looking at daily information on stocks to find stocks that are above or below yesterday's high or low, that are also meeting some other criteria to be potential swing type trades. So you'll be able to get both of those as well. So there'll be those 6 scans are going to be coming here in the next week or so that you'll be able to look at. So hopefully you'll all get those, and they'll be very useful. I'll be running this. This is got the break below dynamic compression here right now. And then we've got, of course, our standard RLT scan on 5 minutes and daily that looks for pop out of the box signals and breaks of the trend dots moving up or down through the 15 EMA. So we got some more scans coming. This is going to make a big difference. And we've also got the Dominator system that I'm up and running with every day, and I'll be commenting on that, and I'll be basing trades on that and letting everybody know where we are on that, moving the chart over there so we can discuss it during the day. So hopefully this will be very helpful. I think this is going to be a big enhancement to the room. It's going to give us even better trades. And using the Dominator system, when they line up, I think that it gives me a lot more confidence to actually take a larger size in some of these trades. You're not as likely to get the stock to reverse on you. So this is going to be a really big addition for the room. So again, I appreciate everybody's in the room. I appreciate all the comments and questions that everybody posts. And I want to thank you all for being members. And we'll see everybody on Monday morning. And have a great weekend.